Good morning, everyone. I'm going to say hi with my video camera here too. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to say hi with my video for a moment, then I'll put the chant back on the screen. We're going to come over to my video. Okay, good morning. Nice to see you guys. The sun was amazing here in the 7 a.m. class this morning. So it was actually blinding my glasses. I have a large screen TV set up here, so I can see you actually quite well now for your practice. And I'll put you on gallery mode over here, so if you have a question about your practice, I'll be able to see you. Otherwise, you'll still see me as the spotlit video. That's just a setting inside of Zoom. Let me put the chant back on the screen. Here we go. Okay. So please take a comfortable seat. You can get steady and ready. Good job making it here. Good self-care, good planning, good scheduling, all the things, right? And for those of you who didn't make a 7 a.m. class but had hoped to, you stopped talking to yourself about it. Here you are at the 9 o'clock class. So please take a comfortable seat. Rest your hands in your lap. Excuse me. Rest your hands in your lap and let your attention come to the innate goodness of your own heart. Allow your eyes to soften as you gaze inward. Invite the mind to slow down, as if you had many birds in the sky, but now the birds have decided to come to a gentle landing nearby. So the sky of the mind can become more spacious, more free. And if it helps you, you can actually visualize the multiple birds in the sky coming down to rest on a branch, sitting still, representing that your mind can in fact come to stillness. And stillness is not to be confused with inactivity, but rather stillness as a gateway to reflectivity. And reflectivity should not be confused with only us reflecting inwardly about ourselves. Reflectivity also means we have the capacity to be mirror-like and to help reflect others back to themselves. And quite specifically, that we can reflect back to others that in them which is beautiful, earnest, already whole, already deeply wise. That in them which is beneath the bird patterns of their own mind. We settle our minds to become still, to become reflective on behalf of ourselves and also others. Imagine your physical body becoming still but also lustrous. Like you sit up with a bright heart, even if that's not how you woke up today. Sit up with a tall spine, feeling of confidence, even if you've been lacking confidence. And then to help bring your mind into a quality of deeper presence, we're going to do a short pranayama. So we'll inhale through both nostrils, and the in-breath will start at the base of the belly and go up towards the heart. And then we're going to exhale left nostril only. Then we'll inhale 2 nostrils, and then we'll exhale right nostril only. Okay, so I'll stop screen sharing in case you get confused. You'll be able to see me. So bring your right hand up in preparation, like this, and you can rest it at the heart. And let's inhale through both nostrils, the breath going from the base of the belly up into the heart. And then place your right thumb, exhale left nostril only. Now inhale both nostrils from the base of the belly up to the heart. Bring the right hand up, close the left nostril, exhale right side. And inhale left nostril, both nostrils, excuse me. Close the right, exhale left. Inhale both nostrils. And exhale right nostril only. Release your right hand back to your lap. And notice any help that offered to your mind to be more reflective. And then bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. And here's a copy of your chant if you want to see it on the screen. Begin with an inhale. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vivishavati Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavati Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. With your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. And then release your hands. Please open your eyes. So I'm singing that this morning at the note for the fourth chakra. Om
Sahana bhavatu sahana bhunaktu saviryam karavavai tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavai. Different than singing it at the notes for the lower chakras, like Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu, and so on. And I'm singing it here at the fourth chakra because at 9 o'clock we've already come into the kapha part of the day, so we can feel like a little bit drowsy, or if the engine hasn't quite gotten going. I want to bring us up to the heart here, where we have that capacity for clearly reflecting with ourselves, with honesty, and then also reflecting back to others the best of who they are, the potential they have within them. Much like in our Dharma talk on Friday night when I was playing that short recording from Viktor Frankl, and he said, it's really important to believe in people, to see the best in them. So that being said, we're going to come to standing now, and I'd like you to have a yoga strap to get the upper back and heart started. And I'm going to put you guys on full screen mode so I can see you on my TV over here. And I'm on the spotlight video, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll need a yoga strap, and a substitute would be like a bathrobe sash or a necktie. And I'm going to ask you to take the strap part of the strap. So the loop, if you've got a loop like this, you can put that aside and just hold the strap part. Because some people don't have straps, so if I say make a loop, that might not work out so well. Okay, so both arms forward, both arms up. And I'm going to ask you to bend the elbows and slide the strap down, almost like you're like a cactus, a saguaro cactus. Right, so the position from the side view is like this. The elbows are bent. And we don't want the hand to be farther back than the elbow right now. Lift up through the inner body into your heart. And then when you exhale, make an effort to slide your hands apart and to stretch the arms back to straighten them. Yeah, that's good. And in that position, when you take the hands back, let me clarify that we aren't going to jut the rib cage forward like this, but actually keep a center plumb line. Yeah, very good. And then see what's happening in your heart this morning as you stretch from the center of the sternum out over the ribs, down your arms, into your elbows, your forearms, your fingers, even your thumbs. Especially if you've been working from home or helping children with school projects at home, or maybe you've been gardening, you might feel this in your shoulders, arms, forearms, wrists, fingers, and thumbs. Okay, and then exhale and slide the strap through both hands. Let this come down. And pause a moment to let the heart feel that. And now hold the strap in just your right hand, and I'll mirror you, so this is going to be my right hand. If you have a loop, you can use it like this. You put your hand in the loop. If you don't have a loop, just hold the strap and take it up overhead, right arm only. Reach back with your left hand to hold the back side of the strap, so that looks like this. And then you're going to reach up and pull back on the strap with your back hand so that you're giving some resistance to the top arm. Okay, so when I'm pulling back with the back hand, again, I don't want the floating ribs to flare forward, so I'm holding my plumb line strong, and then lift up through your heart and make a little back bend that belongs to the heart. But stand in your full strength so you really aren't compromising at the lumbar spine. The resistance of the back hand is to help you make the top arm, the right arm, stronger. So take a deep breath in there. And feel the determination that your heart needs today to keep moving one step at a time on the path of yoga and the path of life. Take another breath in. And then when you exhale, loosen the back hand on the strap and float your right arm forward and down. It would not surprise me if your arm gets warmer for a moment. You can switch the strap to the other side. Reach this one forward and up. Take your right hand back to grab the tail of the strap or the bathrobe sash. And as you're reaching up with your left arm, again, the back arm looks like this.
We don't want to flare the ribs forward, so go up in the heart. And in that up, try to sense a slight back bend in the heart. It's like a hint of courage, optimism, vitality. None of us is in denial about the difficult circumstances that the globe is facing, the world, planet, community. But right now I want us to infuse the heart with a bit of courage, a bit of optimism, to stay on the path of yoga and awakening. So breathe it in and make the back arm strong enough, just strong enough that your top arm has to make a little effort here. And then when you exhale, slide your left arm forward and let that one come back down. Maybe the strap catches over your shoulder and you can just hang it there for a moment, let both arms relax. And then take a stance that's a little bit wider, not quite your widest stance, but not hip distance apart. And I'm going to ask you to check that you've got room where you are to be able to swing like this. Okay, and the swinging, we're going to be coming across to the front of the chest. So that's here. There's a lung point right there called lung number 1 on the Chinese meridian system. Lung 1 on this side. And when we go across, it's like this, also to the kidneys on the back side. Okay, so let's go ahead and move at your rhythm. And try to sense the rhythm that does feel like you can wake yourself up a bit. So she's saying there's an echo, but I wouldn't know what to do about the echo. I'll let Rebecca help with your question there. Thank you for posting it. So when you're twisting across here, upper right, upper left chest, and then the kidneys on the back side. A few times more. You are using your foot agility as well. So you tippy toe to one side and plant yourself on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, back to stillness. And notice what this little pummeling, this tapotement, what has it awakened in the back of your waist and kidneys, in the upper chest, shoulders, and heart. Okay, and then sit down. So you're going to bend your knees and be like this is your horse stance. And we're going to be going across. So now what's going to happen is we were just doing this little rotation, but we're going to keep the leg stable this time when we go across with the heel of the hand. And the other hand, when we go across, it pulls back. Okay, so it's an exhale out the mouth, very strong. Here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Sit down as you inhale from the belly, mid-torso to the heart. And then exhale, push down to stand up. Pause for a moment and notice. We are going to repeat that. This is to help clear out the yayas of the mind so that the birds in the mind sky can settle down. One more time, please bend your knees. Sit into the strength of your stance. So you really have a sense the knees go with the toes. And it's a strong exhale through the mouth. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center. Inhale as you sit down, belly, mid-torso, and heart. Exhale, push down to rise up. Make the feet parallel. And then come down to Prasarita Padottanasana. You may lightly touch the floor. It's also okay to use your yoga blocks. So By this time in your practice, you've had some chanting, which uses the vagus nerve, the two hemispheres of the brain, vibration. You've had a little bit of pranayama subtle, more dynamic pranayama, the cross crawl pattern, a little bit of opening the chest and heart. So notice now when you come down to Prasarita Padottanasana, what is the feeling tone of the breath, your mind, and your heart? And then please shift your hands up to your hips and rise up to standing. Okay, and let's go heel toe to center. And we're going to step into Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation. I do have a couple of blankets here because we're going to use them later in our practice. So I'll just put mine aside and step to a profile view for you for the sun salutation. And I'm going to ask us to keep the yoga strap nearby for the sun salute, because I want to keep working on opening the chest and the heart for that sense of the courageousness of heart that is needed right now. So please place your strap close by. Join your palms together in Anjali Mudra. Let's root down through the tailbone and into your legs, please, also your heels and toes. And try to sense the heaviness or the grounding of the lower body gives a support to the heart. The heart chakra is the air element. So I do want this to feel like the openness of the sky and the air. When you next inhale, sweep the hands down, wide, and then up. Please look up from your heart, then your collarbones and your eyes. And exhale, touch that down to Anjali Mudra and then to Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward, raise up onto your fingertips. Bring your heart forward. Exhale to bow deeply towards your legs. Once more, inhale to glide forward. And then exhale, step back with your left foot. Let's call this the basic lunge. Reach for your yoga strap. Place it in both hands. And as you inhale, sweep your arms forward with the strap. Rise up just to vertical. And then exhale, slide your hands on the strap backwards without jutting the rib cage forward. So your movement here is really about the shoulders, the upper back, and the heart. Keep your eyes steady as if you were a boat on an ocean and you can see the horizon. And let the breath move through you without activating the bird flight of the mind. Now as you exhale, loosen one hand on the strap so it's easy to bring it down. Place it to the side and step your other foot forward. Inhale your heart forward. And then exhale, step back with your right foot. Reach for your strap. Inhale the arms forward, rising up. And then exhale, slide your hands apart on the strap. Keep your gaze forward and steady, the legs steady, and let it be about the heart receiving the breath without activating the bird patterns of the mind. And then as you exhale, slide the strap through your hands and take it to the side of your yoga mat. Again, step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Inhale. And exhale to deeply bow towards your legs. Inhale, rise up, upward hands pose. Root your tailbone, energize the legs, lift your heart and your eyes. Exhale, come down to the heart. And sense the possibility of the open sky of the mind, the openness of the heart, without the patterns of birds diverting you. Now we're going to add to the sun salutation. So inhale the hands down, wide and up. Please look up. And exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Bow forward and touch the two blocks. Inhale, glide forward through your heart, come up to your fingertips. Okay, step back with your left foot. Reach for your yoga strap. Inhale, both arms forward, and then up. And here you are, slide the hands back. So your hands need to be as wide on your strap or necktie or bathrobe sash as you need them to be. And now, keeping your eyes steady, inhale, straighten your right leg. And exhale, deeply bend your right knee. If you were in class last Saturday, we were using this technology, this technique then too, this methodology. So you inhale to straighten the front leg, but keep your eyes steady. And then exhale, bend your front knee. The legs gracefully move with the breath. Inhale to straighten. And then exhale, bend your right knee back into your basic lunge. Enjoy the in-breath. And now slide your hands down the strap and set the yoga strap aside. Step backwards to downward facing dog pose. And you can choose to either use your blocks for your hands or to set them aside. Enjoy a deep breath in your downward dog pose. And then inhale and come forward to plank pose. And here in plank pose, I'd like you to gaze down between your thumbs. So the base of your skull can lift, and I'd like you to broaden the back of your waist and the back of your heart. So this plank pose has quite a bit of strength to it. You can isometrically squeeze the feet towards each other, so even the inner thighs are part of the strength of your plank pose. And then exhale and lightly touch your knees down, come to table pose. And then inhale to cat pose. And exhale to cow pose. Okay, inhale to cat. Feel the upper back and the back of the heart. Exhale to cow pose. Once more, inhale to cat. Last time, exhale to cow. Curl your toes under. Inhale to downward facing dog pose. And exhale, step your left foot forward between your blocks or your hands. Reach for your yoga strap. And inhale, rise up into your crescent lunge. Take the arms up. And then slide your hands apart on the strap into the place that you can feel like the chest and heart celebrate this opportunity. And then we inhale, straighten the left leg slowly. Synchronize the movement of your leg with the pace of your breath. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Keep your eyes very steady and the legs and breath synchronized so that the mind lessens the bird patterns in the sky and the heart can remain open and reflective. Exhale, bend your front knee. We're going to stay for the inhale now. And then exhale, slide the hands down the strap and place it to the side of your yoga mat. As you come forward to touch the two blocks once more, please step backwards to plank pose. I'm sorry, downward dog pose. We're on our way to plank pose. When you next inhale, glide your spine forward to plank. Gaze down between your two thumbs and sense the broadness at the back of your waist and the back of your heart. And then exhale, touch your knees very lightly down, come to table pose, and we'll do this little vinyasa again. So inhale to cat, and exhale to cow. Inhale to cat pose.
Exhale to cow pose.
And inhale to cat one more time. Exhale to cow pose last time. Undulate the whole spine, bring your heart forward. And then take one block to sit back into kneeling in the pose called Virasana. Rest your hands in your lap. Bring your gaze down towards your heart. You could close your eyes and imagine the tiny sky in a snow globe becoming clear, the bird patterns of the mind settling down, so your heart can be more reflective, seeing both yourself honestly, courageously, and then being capable of reflecting back to others their inner potential. You may open your eyes as you're ready to. And what we're going to do now is a little exploration of the upper back in a pose that we've sort of come to call over the years thread the needle pose, and some variations on thread the needle pose. Can you put my computer back on gallery mode so I can see more of them on the TV screen? All right, I'm going to demonstrate, and you can let Rebecca know if you need this demonstration to be slower or at a different angle. So in this thread the needle, let me put my glasses aside because that is a liability. What we're going to do is start in table pose, and I want you to see it from the front first because you're going to watch my hips here in a moment. So the left arm's going to go under, threading the needle, and you come down towards the left shoulder, bring your head in a little bit towards your throat, and then I'm going to step my right foot back so that it's actually easier to make the twist for the upper back. Now you can show them the floor camera. And then I want to slowly be able to bring the right knee back down to the floor so that the twist in the upper back stays. While the right knee comes back down, it levels the hips off. We're going to do that several times so you'll be able to step back and the pose will have more freedom. And then you'll be bringing your right knee back down and the pose will get a little bit deeper twist. Okay, so the whole time the right hand stays on the floor there to give support. Let's try that together. Okay, so table pose. Thread the left arm under the right. Step your right foot back. And that's going to raise your right hip, might even give you more twist of the upper back to your right. And then as you're pressing down with your right hand to keep the chest and heart twisted right, start lowering your right knee down. Do that about 3 times at your own pace there. So it's like you're milking the pose, as Richard Freeman used to tell us when we were practicing with him. You're milking the pose.
Did I do it wrong? Sorry.
And allow that movement to be something inside the body that you feel like, wow, there's some juice going on, or some mobilization happening in places that you otherwise, you might not even know that they were there. Good. And then bring yourself back up to table pose. We're going to change sides. So you're in table pose. Take the right hand under, reach across. And as you place the right shoulder to the floor, the left hand is there for support. Step your left foot back. That makes your twist to the left easier. And then you're going to kind of untwist it as you bring your left knee slowly back down to the floor. Imagine that you're leveling your hips off here. And then you step back again, and as I was saying, Richard Freeman used to call this milking the pose. He was one of my teachers back in the early 2000s. So what you're doing there, you might be discovering some places in the body that have been a little bit stiff or a little bit limited. And they're really asking for your attention, kind of even craving this sort of movement. You're doing a beautiful job with your work. Let's do it one more time.
And then press into your left hand and bring yourself back up to table pose and then back to kneeling.
Okay, good work. Now I'm going to show you the next way that we'll do it. We're going to change it very slightly. I'm going to step one leg out to the side, and that means that you're going to encounter your inner thigh muscles. So this one I'm going to come down to my forearms for and then step out to my left leg first, like this. So hopefully the hips are level. Rebecca can tell me if they're not.
They are.
Okay. And then you're going to take the right hand here to make a little twist of the upper back to the right. So notice that when I start, my right arm is bent, so that when I start turning, as I straighten the right arm, I'm trying to stack my right shoulder over my left shoulder. And that does stretch the left inner thigh more. So this is the milking of the pose part. And then we'll take it and see what we can do here. Okay, so let's start on the forearms, please. And you can step your left foot out to the side. You can start with your gaze down between your elbows. Say hello to your left inner thigh. And then place your right fingertips to the right side of your mat, somewhere near your shoulder. And as you exhale, press down into your right hand to straighten your arm and rotate your chest to the right. And then slowly unwinding. So you're milking the pose. Really working through the inner body here, like we call it soaking and squeezing when we're doing twists like this. Let's do a couple times more. Keep the left leg strong, even though you can't see your left leg. Please tone the muscles of the left thigh. Now the next time that you rotate to your right and you're gazing right, then see what you can do to lift your right arm like a wingtip to the sky. So this bird, this graceful, immense bird, that's beautiful, is taking flight in the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then, so nice, when you exhale, come down please onto your forearms and step your left leg back in. And take your right leg out to the side. And place your left fingertips to the left side of your shoulder. And let's rotate the upper back to the left, please. And then unrotate. So you're kind of working on the sponge model here where you soak and squeeze. As if the inner organs of the body and also the muscles and the tissues, they could respond like sponges. Soaking is hydrating. And then squeezing, releasing. A couple times more, please. And the last one, as you rotate to your left now, press into your left fingertips, establish your right elbow, and then raise your wingtip to the sky and take notice if one side is harder for you than the other. This is very important personal information. As you're twisting left, gaze left, inhale deeply. Nice job, very good. And then with your exhale, unwind slowly and come back down to your forearms. And let's do this, go back to child's pose, cup your hands like this to support your eyes. So the eyes are dark, but the heart is bright. Allow the breath into your lower abdomen. And then release your hands to the floor. Walk yourself back to kneeling. And I asked in my first class this morning if everybody had 2 blocks, and what I got back was no, some people have only 1 block. So I'm going to ask you to have 1 block right now. And Rebecca's going to choose the camera angle that's best for you guys to see this from. So this is an asymmetrical table pose, and it's intended to get into the upper back and the thoracic spine, into the tiny muscles that we don't seem to be able to get to in larger movements. We're going to do small movements right now. So I put my right hand on the block for table pose and also the left hand. So that should look asymmetrical. It should look like
as if you were seeing the cow spine from the front, but this cow had scoliosis. So the left shoulder is lower than the right. And the action is this. You then push down until they're level. And then you bring it back down. We'll do that a few times. That's to warm up the pose. And the action that then gets added to this, I'd like you to see that also, so please watch once more. You push down, and it's the action of pressing down that starts this rotation to the left, and then this rises. And then when it comes down, the right arm will stay strong and the elbow doesn't bend to get back to the floor here. Okay, so please put one block under your right hand. There you go. And one hand on the floor, left hand in table pose. And just get accustomed to this awkward situation. Take a deep breath in. Now let's exhale, push into your right hand and arm and just float your left shoulder up to be level with your right. And then dropping down. And then do that several times, about 3 times. Of course, you can sense the strength that's needed in the support arm. When you're pressing into your right arm, the left arm can act like a marionette. It's just hanging there, not doing much yet. One more time down to your table. Now we're going to add the wingtip to the sky. You press into your right arm. Once the shoulders are level, now start opening your torso to the left. It's the strength of your right arm that does that. And then you add your left arm. And then exhale and bring that back down. Try that again. Press into your right arm strongly. Level the shoulders. Right arm stronger. Turn your heart. Raise your left arm like a wingtip to the sky. And then exhale to lower this one down. And sit back to kneel to change sides. Place the block for your left hand. Come into table pose, asymmetrical table pose. And exhale, push down to level the shoulders. And then return your right hand to the floor. Keep the left arm strong. Push down to level the shoulders. Notice the strength that you need across the abdomen to support this. It's a quadruped activity. So when you press into your left arm and you level the shoulders, you ought to feel sides of the belly getting activated. Lower down. Now we're going to add to it. So press into your left arm, level the shoulders, and keep the left arm now even stronger as you turn your chest to the right, and then raise your wingtip to the sky. And then let that come down through a quiet exhale. Do that one more time. Press into your left arm strongly, level the shoulders, rotate by the strength of your left arm, and then raise your wingtip to the sky. And then let that come back down into your asymmetrical table pose. Take your yoga block and sit back to Virasana, the warrior pose. And notice the heat that you're generating throughout your system, and the heat that's also coming from the heart flowing outwards now, down through your arms to your fingers and thumbs. You please reach for your yoga strap or your bathrobe sash and place it over your right shoulder like this. I think it's going to be helpful for some of you to stay kneeling on your block. So take this over the right shoulder and then make it like a sash, as if it was a Boy Scout sash. So you can hold it with your opposite hand. So it's on my, let's call that my right shoulder now. Sorry, I'm often mirroring, and then sometimes I'm not mirroring it. I'm getting used to this format where you're there and I'm here. So what I want is for this to be
at the upper part of the neck and shoulders. Okay, so I'm going to pull down on the diagonal, and I'd like you to let the right arm dangle. Strap is on the right shoulder, and tip your left ear towards your left shoulder. Bring your chin into your throat. Okay, so keeping your left ear down, pull on the sash, the necktie, or the strap for a moment, and then shrug your right shoulder up against that. Inhale. And then exhale, let the right shoulder shrug down like a sigh. Inhale, shrug it up. Exhale, let it shrug down. Do that again. Inhale to shrug up. And then let it shrug down. Last one, shrug your right shoulder up. And then let it drop down and float your head back up to center. And pause to notice the two sides of your neck are having different experiences. And take your bathrobe sash onto the other shoulder. Now it's my left shoulder. I'm calling this my left shoulder. And you can hold the sash with your opposite hand. This is in case you don't have a very long strap. It's a way to do it if you just have your necktie or your bathrobe sash. Okay, pressure from the strap is on the upper trapezius muscle. Please tip your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then we shrug it up. You can inhale. Let it drop down. So the arm acts like a marionette there. Inhale to shrug up. Twice more. Inhale to shrug up. And once more. Release the strap. Float your head up to center. And pause right there to notice what is the nature of the sky of the mind, the space of the heart, and the bird patterns of the mind. Can they come down to rest? Inviting your heart to be capable of reflecting. And then please put your yoga strap aside. And let's see now how this turns out for a pose that resembles some of this. If we put it sort of all together, we're going to practice triangle pose. So please come up to standing. And I'm going to recommend that you take the block on the tall setting for this triangle pose, because we're going to use the dangling of the arm like we did a couple days ago. So let me turn my feet to the right and place the block on the inside of the right ankle like so. And we're going to go down a few times and up a few times. We're not going to touch right away. So I want you to sense the strength that you need from here into your feet. That's what's going to allow you to have this lightness of chest and heart. So this element, the earth element, is essential. So right here between your two fingertips at the hip bones, tone across the low belly. Yeah, right through there. Good. And then as you exhale, start tipping over to your right without any urgency to get down. Inhale. And then using the tone of the belly, exhale, draw yourself back up. Inhale, rotate down, keeping your legs steady. Good. Exhale, use the low belly to bring yourself back up, root into your left heel. And do that one more time. Inhale, tip down to your right. You're doing great. And then exhale, use the belly to bring yourself up, root into your left heel strongly. Now sweep the arms wide. And exhale, come down. lightly, just so lightly touch the block. Inhale, sweep your left arm past your left ear. Exhale, open your left arm like a half circle, gaze down towards your right fingertips. We're just touching the block very lightly. Inhale, sweep your left arm past your left ear. Exhale, open your left arm and gaze down. Use your legs and your left low belly so the right fingers are delicate. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rise up to standing. And then release the pose. Let's take the block to the other side. Turn your left heel and toes out. Turn your right toes slightly in. You can place the block next to the inside of your left foot. Okay. Turning again here for the strength of the belly. Let's inhale to rotate down to the left. And then use your exhale across these belly muscles. Rise up, root into your right heel. Yes, very good. Inhale to go down slowly. We don't need to go that far. We're trying to control it from the center of the belly. Exhale to rise up, root your right heel. Inhale to go down. It's not flimsy. And you exhale to rise up. Please do that one more time. I hope you are sensing the activation at the right low belly. When you exhale to rise up, tone right here. And then inhale, sweep your arms wide like a bird in the sky. And exhale, tip very lightly down so your fingertips just grace the top of the block, like the weight of a bird on a branch. And now inhale your right arm past your right ear. And exhale, open your right arm, half circle, gaze down. Inhale, raise your right arm, gaze up. Reach your arm past your ear. Exhale, open the right arm, make it spacious as you gaze down towards your left foot. Again, inhale. And then exhale. Last time, inhale, raise your right arm, sweep it past your right ear as you gaze up. And then exhale, open your right arm and gaze down, keeping the right low belly toned. Inhale, rise up to standing, bring your block with you if you can, and make the feet parallel. You're doing great. It's so nice to see you in the TV screen where I have a little glimpse of each of you. So now what we're going to do is a variation on that. I'm going to turn my right foot, that's my right foot for the moment. And I'll ask you to watch because some of you have seen this, but some of you have not yet. So this time when I come down to triangle pose, this is how we might think of triangle pose in a sort of Iyengar-esque sense. But I'm going to ask us to keep the lower pelvis stable. This we also did in our Saturday morning practice last week. We're going to come down. So the pelvis isn't moving here, but I am going to stretch from my mid back and upper back and the left hand reaching, if possible, past the right hand. While the right arm stays straight, then you use the strength of the right arm like we did in table pose to turn, and the left arm is like a wingtip to the sky. So come on down to your triangle pose. Let's put your right fingertips on the block. I can move my hair off my face. I hope JD isn't watching my yoga practice on TV wondering, what's happening with her hair? He's the person who cuts my hair. Okay, take the left arm up, and there's your wingtip to the sky. Okay, legs stable, please. And as you exhale, lower your left arm slowly. And keeping the pelvis steady, reach from your left low back, left mid back, and upper back. Keep the right arm straight. So you really present the challenge to your back body to open. Then strengthen your right arm. Rotate your chest and heart. Raise your left arm like a wingtip to the sky. It's so relaxed. And then lower it down. Strengthen your right arm, rotate your chest and heart. See if you can catch the breeze as a bird would soar on the wind beneath its wings. One more time, please come down. And last time, raise your wingtip to the sky, led by the strength of your right arm, then your heart, then your left arm. Connect to your left low belly, pick up your block, and rise up to standing. And let's go to the other side. There you go. Nice job, sweep the arms wide. And come down to your left. Good. Raise the right arm high, that's your beginning position. And here we go, exhale to lower down while keeping your legs and pelvis stable. So it's a little bit like cat pose actually. And then press into your left fingertips, left arm strong, turn your heart, raise your right arm like a wingtip. And lower that one down, take your time. Legs steady, so you're really accessing the myofascial region of the back of the body. When you're twisting, keep the left arm strong. Raise the right arm lightly to the sky. And one more time, raise your wingtip high. And then take hold of your block with your left hand, tone your right low belly, exhale, rise up. Make your feet parallel. And step in and come down to sit on your block in Virasana. There you are. Take a seat, rest your hands in your lap. And rest your attention in your heart, which we've been really sort of mobilizing, massaging, nourishing. Rest your attention in your heart. The heart chakra, the element is the element of air. And imagine right now the clear, pure, open air of like a mountain sky. This particular sky, the birds, even the birds, are sitting still. This open sky, mountaintop sky, clear from bird patterns, and free from the cloud cover. And then you can open your eyes, and I'd like to work with you on this blanket position. If you can let Rebecca know, please, in the chat, if you don't have two blankets. I have two blankets here. I know it looks like one blanket. This is two blankets. And I'm asking for that so that I will know how to help you in setting this up. So if you don't have two blankets, you can let her know that. And I'll show you how these are folded. Okay. This is a large rectangle. And I'm going to take this rectangle and fold it length to length in half twice. So this is a flat blanket like this, flat like this. Okay, and that's going to go on my yoga mat here. Now the second blanket, I also have it open long like this. And I want to roll this blanket like a large cannoli roll. So I'm rolling it length to length. So now I have this round blanket like this. It's round like this. And I'm going to place that on top of the first blanket, and she's going to change to the other viewing screen. Okay, so what I have here, I'm going to show you a little
You have
profile
one
of it.
person only.
Is it my friend Melanie?
Yes, Melody.
What is her name?
Melody.
Meladee?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have only one blanket, Melody, first try the pose, and then if it doesn't feel as effective as you want it to be, you can also roll up your yoga mat to make the thing about having two blankets is that this is a little bit taller. So this edge of the blanket is farther from the floor. Okay, let me move this meditation bowl. So when I lie on this blanket, you won't be able to see the edge of it anymore. So I want to describe that right here on the edge of the blanket, I'm going to be placing my upper thoracic spine right here. So that when I lie backwards, I'm at this little edge right there. Okay. So please watch first, and then if I need to change the profile view, I can, you can let me know. So I sit on the blanket. When I first lie down, what I'm going to recommend to you guys is that you lie down so you can sense, there's the base of the skull sensing the blanket. And then I'm going to scoot myself back. That's called the inchworm method. So now I'm at this is actually the second thoracic vertebrae. And I want to bring the head down gently so the chin is not poking up towards the ceiling. And the arms go out in a T shape. You'll keep the knees bent, please, so that you can manage the lumbar spine not overarching. I'd like your gaze to be in towards your heart so that the blanket is really supporting a lift right across your sternum, here at the upper part of the sternum. Just a moment, they're unloading a dump truck outside the window. So what I want lifted is the sternum here, not the base of the sternum down here. So this part right there. Okay. So please lie back and take the arms, bent down along the torso. Now you'll have to give a little attention and concentration to the lower back and the mid back. They are not arching off the blanket. So keep the mid region of the torso moving down towards the blanket. You should feel the spine touching the blanket from the top of the sacrum, lumbar spine, mid spine, thoracic spine. You have to make a little effort to keep your gaze down towards your nose. So there's gentle tone from the pubic bone to the sternum, and gentle tone from the top of your sternum in towards your throat. But the heart should feel at ease in between those regions of tone. We'll allow the shoulders to melt back towards the floor. The gentle tone you have in the belly and in the throat is to give this opportunity to the shoulders to melt back towards the floor. This is not an opportunity for the spine to be lax at the lumbar region or the cervical spine. Now press into your feet and scooch one vertebrae off the blanket. It's a very tiny shift, maybe a ½ an inch worth of shifting. And your shoulders might be a little bit closer to or lightly touching the floor. Again, keep the lower region of the abdomen toned and the throat gently toned also. And then move one more vertebrae down the thoracic spine so you're between the upper part of the shoulder blades towards the middle of the shoulder blades. And now your shoulders may actually be touching the floor. And you might need a little bit more concentration at the solar plexus and the rib cage, not to overflare the floating ribs. And send the breath down into the lower region of your abdomen and the mid-abdomen and torso. And then you can take the arms up into cactus pose, which looks like this, like a goalpost. The elbows are out to the sides of the shoulders. The forearms would make a box shape, so that's like a saguaro cactus or a goalpost at a football game. Okay, and then please step your left foot over the blanket towards your right foot. Pick up your left arm and roll down to your right side. Use one arm as a pillow for your head. Bring your knees towards your chest, kind of like in a fetal position. And feel what's happening across your upper back where the blanket was. You might even have like a yoga tattoo on the upper back right now, a little place that's getting warmer, the circulation coming back in there. And then turn your blankets to support your knees in Shavasana. And come down like this. And you can change to the other camera.
Yeah. You can see you as well.
That's all right. I'm going to stay in Shavasana.
Okay.
You guys can come down to Shavasana. Can you pass me my water glass, please? And bring the microphone a little bit closer. So in Shavasana now, we're going to rest for the next while here in class. And there is a dump truck outside. It might do some construction. And you're just going to do your best. There's a woodpecker out there too. So this is the most important pose in your practice, the Shavasana pose. Please get comfortable. And once you come down to your Shavasana, rest your attention in your heart and picture the open sky of the heart, the wind element, the air element, this open sky, like the clear air of a mountain region. Invite your heart to take solace in the experience of a mountain, watching so many weather patterns come and go over such a long time. And during this Shavasana, allow the heart to be like the great sky and the mental bird patterns. So you can settle down in the distance on a small branch on a tree. Sana Bhavatu Sana Bhunaktu.
Viryam Aravai Tejasvina Tamastu Tejasvina Tamastu Mavirvisha Vai Mavirvisha Vai Om Shanti Om. You may lightly deepen your awareness. Try to sense the mountain air of the sky in the heart. And to give yourself a felt body memory of these moments right here. You can take this body sense with you into the day. And lightly wiggle your fingers and your toes. And please bend your knees. And roll to one side. And bring yourself back up to sitting. I'm going to ask you to sit in such a way as you can feel the shape of a mountain, like the shape of a pyramid. Let your hands go out over your knees. And imagine the mountain peak somewhere near the heart and that immense sky, the high, clear air of the mountain in the heart. With so much appreciation that we get to be here together Now turn your palms up in your lap on your knees and imagine this mountain range that we make together. And then gathering in the strength that we create when we share our practice. And beyond the practice, also the values and intentions of living through the lens of yoga. Please bring your hands together at your heart. Now here the thumbs touch the sternum. And then you bow the head to the heart and put the thumbs in the center of the forehead. And this gesture right here means, may we remember the people in front of us to whom we are offering our hearts. May we remember them for a long time to come. And then you lift your head, open your eyes, and you can offer a prayer outwards. The palms go up. And knowing that others too are offering a prayer right now, you can bring that in to your own heart. And thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. Very nice to be with you. And I'm going to approach the camera so we'll have some time for being with each other. Thank you for sharing your practice with us this morning. What's that? Okay.
Hi. Okay, I'm just going to try to read my computer screen here. There's a little glare on the screen. Hi, hi.